Hi, what's up guys and gals? Eagleblade here to bring you guys another Star Wars related video. In today's video, we are discussing Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars The Clone Wars. Now, Ahsoka is a relatively well-liked character in the Star Wars fandom now, but when she first appeared, that wasn't really always the case. Because when Clone Wars was first announced, we knew it would focus on Obi-Wan, Anakin, Commander Cody, and a few other clones of Padme, Palpatine, but then Ahsoka was this new character that was introduced, and people didn't really know what to make of her, and the whole question about her was what was her fate going to be? What was her ending? Because we knew she wasn't in Revenge of the Sith and she wasn't mentioned in anything else, so who was this apprentice of Anakin Skywalker and what was her overall fate? And my first kind of reactions to her were I kind of thought of her in the same way of a Robin like character. She was meant to be that kid sidekick to the main hero and be a little bit more lighthearted and few jokes, all that. And she very much kind of was that type of character, but just like Robin transformed into Nightwing or Red Hood or some of the other Robins, became their own heroes. Ahsoka did that sort of transformation too. She very much became her own character, separate from Anakin. She had her own trials and tribulations and own story arcs that we very much were invested in throughout the Clone Wars series. And so when season 5 of Clone Wars came around, when she left the Jedi Order, that was a very powerful story arc. And very much to me, I kind of thought that was the end of her character, that she just walked away from the Jedi Order and that's why she isn't involved in anything else, and that was at the time when Disney took over Star Wars and ended Clone Wars. We got the completed season 6 episodes, but that really wasn't anything. And for all intents and purposes, Ahsoka's story was complete at that time. I was satisfied with it. And then we kind of got with Star Wars, Clone Wars did continue with season 7, even though we did get Rebels before, but I'm just gonna go with what happened with her in season 7 of Clone Wars. That was also another planned ending, sort of, for her character. Her confrontation with Maul was also a great epic fight, a great ending to the Clone Wars in and of itself, but also a great ending for Ahsoka's story arc because she left, and came back to help fight this threat that was Maul. And then she survived Order 66, and that was kind of an end too. You could have had her just live out the rest of her days in hiding, just sort of like Obi-Wan and Yoda, and that be the end of it. And then, of course, in the timeline, she reappears in Rebels and has a final confrontation with Darth Vader, which was what I was always sort of hoping for with Ahsoka's character. Her in a battle against Vader, which was really well done fight. And it's Vader confronting his past once more, snuffing out another person that reminds him of the good person he once was. So just her fight with Vader, and in that fight, she very much dies fighting Vader. That's the whole gist of the fight, and it just ends there. But then towards the end of the Rebels, Ahsoka is saved via the Force, in between worlds. She gets pulled out by Ezra, so she gets saved by that, which is, how she continued on. So the main question that we've had for Ahsoka for so long is how does her story end? And we still have not gotten that because she's still alive post Return of the Jedi. And obviously, we know she doesn't help Luke establish the new Jedi Order because Luke's Jedi Order gets destroyed and she's not involved in that at all. So, with season 2 of The Mandalorian coming out and Ahsoka reportedly being involved in the season, it will just be interesting to see if this leads to her end. Was the conclusion of her story arc? I'm not necessarily talking about her death. I'm talking about, like, will they be done with her story? Will this be the end of Ahsoka as we know it, and whether she dies or whether she just settles down somewhere maybe to train the child in the ways of the Force, establish her own Shadow Jedi enclave, or whatever her ending is. But my main question, though, is will her ending be as satisfying as some of the other endings that we have gotten? Because to me, personally, I thought, I was always in the camp of her referring her dying fighting Vader. That to me was a very good ending for her story arc. Not necessarily because I wanted her character killed off, but because I felt like it was a very emotionally satisfying conclusion, and it helped fit into the overall Star Wars story of, Anakin as Vader, that whole arc that ends with Return of the Jedi. You know, Anakin as Vader just keeps on destroying more and more of his former self, anything that reminds him of the man he once was, until he has that final confrontation with Luke, and then the Emperor turning on the Emperor, redeeming himself. So that's how I just viewed Ahsoka fitting into that. But once again, Ahsoka is not just a character meant to support Anakin. She very much is her own character, and they really have taken her in a lot of different directions. But, it'll just be, I'm just not sure if, her, that now that we've gotten a lot of cool, satisfying conclusions that could have ended her story, I'm not sure if the one that they choose will ever live up to it, you know? And but I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with her when she appears on The Mandalorian, and what other content that they have her in, because there's still a lot of possibilities. Because even with The Mandalorian, she might appear in the series, but she might be in something else. They might do another animated series. They could do a whole live action spinoff. I've heard rumors about that, But so tell me in the comments what you think. I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Ahsoka should have died fighting Vader? That she should have just, walked away from the Jedi Order and been done with? Do you think the character should have even been created? What are your thoughts about her in season 2 of The Mandalorian? There's a lot about Ahsoka's ending and possible future that we still don't know, and it's still kind of interesting, fascinating. But that's kind of like the main, you know, I guess fundamental flaw is that we've always wondered about her ending, and we've been teased about a possible ending for her time and time again, but we've never gotten a conclusive ending for her. But yeah, and that's gonna be the end of today's video. Remember to leave a thumbs up and support this channel. I'll be trying to put out a video every week, as time goes on. I got kind of been working full time and all that, but I do love creating these videos, and I just want to create some fun discussion content. Let's keep things fun and positive. So this is Eagle Blade signing off, saying good luck, always keep a blade and blaster handy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.